The what? The barnacles of what?
My boob.
I heard the barnacles of my dickhead, but that was just me.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
The barnacles of
It
Narnia.
made me think, what's another word for that? And it's the barnacles of my boober. Because that's what some people call the dickhead, the boober.
I've never heard that.
Oh, really? The boober?
In all my 40 years.
Yeah.
Man.
This guy drew a dick complete with balls and boober.
That's a new one
Never
for me.
heard
The
that.
boober.
The boober.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The Chronicles of Narnia. Oh,
Get
dang
up,
it. I gotta put up
D-Lo.
the
You bitch.
dang AC. All right, we're red.
We are live,
Put your dicks
bitch.
away.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night.
It's actually Monday night.
Nice.
Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Happy.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Nostalgialand.
Of Nostalgia Lambia.
Is that your if the moon is made of cheese, would you eat it?
No, that's,
It's very similar.
that's Harry Carey.
Harry Carey.
Cops win. Cops win.
Cubs win. Wow.
Check us out this week. We've got our cups
This
that
is
you can
ours,
buy
baby.
on our shop, full of nostalgia,
Full of it.
full
Don't
of
know,
Sunny D.
Don't know,
Excellent.
don't know what this
Vodka
logo's
seltzers.
called, but I know it used to be everywhere.
It's if I had to Google it, it was 90s jazz. So this is jazz. Do you like jazz?
This is the visual representation of jazz.
Do you like jazz? Did you see this?
You know what? Can't argue with that.
Yeah. This feels.
argue
Yeah,
that.
there's a trumpet in here.
As long as your heartbeat doesn't look like that, it's fine.
At this point,
if that's what your
at this
EKG
point,
looks
if
like,
it's beaten, I'm lucky.
you better call the paramedics.
Hey,
Calm
like
down.
I said, at this point, if it's beaten, I'm lucky.
Shirley Burf.
It's beating. You're beating it. You're in a
What?
great spot. So
Are you
What?
talking about me beating it? Is
yeah,
that
I
what's
said
going on?
if it's beating, you're beating it. We'll cut that out.
Okay.
That's fine.
No, we'll leave
Well,
that.
Yeah,
in
leave
post.
that.
We'll leave it in post.
Yeah, man.
Leave it in post. No. Yeah, man. Welcome back. Today we're doing the
We're going to
books
be magically whisked away
to
to Delaware. No, to Narnia.
We're doing the Narnicles of Chronica, the Chronicles
That's-
of
there it
Close.
is.
Flip
the
it.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
The,
There you go.
The Chronic
Narnils
what? Coles
of
of Narnia.
Yes, man. 2005. This is like the edge of nostalgia for me. It's about 2005. I don't know. What would you say for you, Tyler? Because you're a couple of years older than this.
I mean,
right around
we're
here.
we're 20 years out.
Yeah.
Like-
don't remind me.
Like, for us, it doesn't seem that long, but 20 years is a long time to be away from a movie, and
Dude.
it's still good. Like,
Yeah.
man, it was entertaining to watch.
Yeah. It's just really long.
It is very long.
It is a
but like
long
Trey
movie.
brought it up before the show, where it's like you're like, okay, come on, but then you realize they are coming on like as fast as they possibly can. They're trying to get you to the fun stuff, but
Trying to get you.
it's a lot of story to put out there because C.S. Lewis wrote it in a book, and you got to put that book on paper.
Dude.
I mean on film, excuse me, on film.
You got
You got to take that book off the page, and put it on the screen.
There you
up
go.
on the film.
In one
Cameras.
film,
Yeah.
not multiple. Like they did do multiple films, but they were different stories. They weren't this one, this one's the one everybody knows.
Yeah.
Or
And
everybody knew.
I never watched. I think I watched the Caspian one, which was
Prince Caspian.
Prince Caspian. I think I saw the way I knew this first was in the summertime. My mom was working for a school, and I'd have to go with her to the school, and I would hang out in the classroom. I watch everything that was on their video library, and they had the BBC versions of this.
We used to
which
watch them at church.
I love the BBC versions.
I didn't
of
even
this.
know that was a BBC version.
Yeah, there's
should
like
go
an
check it
old
out.
movie and there's a BBC version. There's two different ones. I don't know which of the two that I watched at church. But they were entertaining for back in the day. But this movie just crushes them because of the CGI use, and I mean, Liam Neeson as Aslan.
Liam Neeson.
Like, come
He will
on,
find
bro.
you. He will kill you.
Yeah.
Yes, he will kill you.
The best line in the entire movie is when Tilda Swinton as the White Witch starts to quote the magic to him and the rules, and he snaps on her, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna sit down now.
Yeah, he gives her straight up sass.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, don't quote.
He's
them.
like,
Don't quote the old magic to me,
witch.
I was there when it was written.
They were like, Liam
at work last night. I was at Golden Rule working, and they were talking about like some old Flash videos, and that's exactly how I felt. Don't quote the old magic to me. I was there when it was written.
Don't tell me about. Oh yeah, remember these old videos where like E-Bombs World in like 2000? Shut up. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was like 4.
Yeah,
I was graduated from high school.
Shut up.
That did hit me the other day. When I was watching, I was like, 2000. No way, this is 2005. And I was like, 20 years. Someone was born and is now an adult. Mm-hmm. And it's been that much much time. Okay, that
perfect story about that. It's a little side quest action. I'm working at Golden Rule, and this girl comes in, and she's a new bartender that we have. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Oh, good. You don't remember me?"
Oh no.
And I'm like, "Nope." She's like, "Oh, my name is such and such." And I'm like, "Oh. Well, hello. It's good to see you."
Crazy Carl.
When we were young, I was in middle school, I believe, and my mother was friends with a woman who was going through a lot in her life, and she was helping her and like being just a good friend to her.
Yeah.
And this woman had an infant baby. The infant baby is now working for us as a bartender who is in college. God. And I was like, "Oh, it's good to see you." And then I thought, of course, do you remember me? No, you look a lot different as not an infant.
Sorry, not as it's a giant baby-headed child.
Do you remember me? Hang on, squat down.
Yeah, cry a lot.
Oh no, just share your diaper. Oh, there you are. Oh my God, why did you say so?
I'm not gonna palm it like you were just doing though. You're like, share your diaper. Oh yeah, that's the way.
Put that hand down,
that's
you bastard.
Try my product. Try my product.
No, dude, that happened. Yeah, started talking.
Oh, good.
Good. No, I started talking to a couple of people about some of our episodes.
I thought you were going to say about shitting your diaper.
And I'm like,
what is going on?
What you should talk to him about is how dark the beginning of this movie is.
Well,
because I did not realize that the family was being carpet bombed in England.
The Blitzkrieg,
baby. Yeah.
Isn't that what they called it? The Blitzkrieg, isn't it?
Yeah, the Blitzkrieg is when the Germans bombed the hell out of everybody.
They're like, you're right. It starts off really like, oh, we're setting the tone for this one out the gate.
And you know that Edmund is a jackass.
From the moment the movie starts.
Because he's just staring like it's bombs.
And then they're like, okay, the bombs are landing really close to the house. We have to get out of here. Now, granted, he goes back in for a picture of the father.
Yeah.
But he's like wanting to fight, and Peter's just trying to save his life. Like, get out of here, you dumbass.
Like, what are you going to fight me for? He's like, get off me, let me go. In his British town. Every time my kids walk by, they're like, is this Harry Potter? And I was like, yeah, I think that. It's Harry Potter. This is Harry Potter.
It's Harry Potter. There's magic, but no wands.
Yeah. No wands. Just Jesus.
Just World War II. Well, I kept watching this, and I was like, dude,
just lying Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Right, because, so J.R.R. Tolkien, so we're all fans of Lord of the Rings, and, we keep his works close.
Yes.
But not his best work.
No, his best work's underneath.
Good.
Yeah, but there's
the ones.
Okay.
There's the ones.
And Return of the King is the best one, in my opinion. But anyways, so C.S. Lewis and Tolkien were friends. They used to meet at a bar, like it was like the child, the lion, the pub.
It's called pub.
Yeah, it was a pub.
It was like the losers hang out together.
Yes, yes. So like Tolkien, so he's sitting around as this writers group, and it's this group of dudes, and they're all writing about their experiences during the First Great War, and like how horrible it was and everything. Here's Lewis and Tolkien being like, we want to talk about wizards and some elves.
You guys love midgets?
Yeah.
I love midgets.
Do you like the midgets?
You can't say midgets anymore. Dwarves, hobbits. Nailed it.
I love me a good midget.
I do.
I do. Little people out there. Anyways,
he'd be my Muppet.
Yeah. Can you imagine sitting around and, like, if this didn't exist?
Evil elf.
Oh, the little elf would be your Muppet?
He is a Muppet.
Hopping around.
Yeah, well, in British, that's an insult. You Muppet.
That's true.
You Muppet.
Yeah. So they get sent off to
Kieran Shaw.
Well, they get sent off to live with Professor, what's his name? from Harry Potter. The
Double Dingo?
No, the armchair. He's the armchair professor.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Harry Potter.
It's Professor Kirk in this movie, but in Harry Potter, which is not his top billing on his IMDb. Good Lord.
The one that told him told Voldemort how to do the stuff to make the Horcruxes.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he was hiding a memory.
And then MIB mind wiped himself.
He's like, I hate myself and everything I've done.
Pew! You're a great person.
His name is Jim Broden, and he stays busy. Okay, here on.
He's a great actor.
Boy, busy.
Professor Horowitz or something, or his last name is so long he can't even put it on here.
I was gonna say I don't think it's Howard Witz.
Yeah, it's not
Wallowitz.
It's Wallowitz. Yeah. Oh man, but I'll find it. Yeah, but you're right. It starts dark. They immediately go into it. But I kept thinking of like all these guys sitting around the table, like, well, you didn't know this exists, right? And I thought of Shane McGillis, who was like, we all love the Special Olympics. It's great, right? We all agree the Special Olympics is a good thing. But could you imagine being the first person to have that idea and present it to somebody?
We should be racing these guys.
Yeah, it was like the next town over says they got the fastest one. We should be racing these dudes. So I felt like that in the same way of like everyone is sitting around the table at this bar, getting drunk, like nursing their wounds, like their emotional wounds from World War I. And two of the dudes come out and be like, we're talking about wizards and elves. And one of them is like, I got a guy, you go hide in a wardrobe and there's a magical place on the other side and topless fawns come.
And you know what? Jesus is there.
Jesus.
That's where you find him. That's where you find Jesus.
You find him in the wardrobe.
But he's a lion.
As soon as you think you won, Jesus.
Wait,
what do you mean Jesus? Like the story of Jesus, not Jesus himself.
No, just
like, you know how he died and came back?
We're going to do that again.
I'm going to do that too.
sorry. Okay.
Apparently
Horace
he's a-
Slughorn. That's it.
Yeah, Horace Slughorn.
Apparently he's a 70-year-old Southern woman.
Yeah.
That's how Lewis
He loves
talks.
cornbread.
Haven't you ever heard Lewis talk?
No.
That's how he talks.
Buttermilk.
Good to know.
No, C.S. Lewis is an amazing author and accomplished writer. He's absolutely incredible. And,
100%.
But
So is Tolkien.
it's still funny to think of this in that way of like, how did you come up with this idea? Well, I was in the woods and I saw some really interesting mushrooms and took a bite. Found myself in a wardrobe going on a magical quest, facing an ice queen who was my wife. And
My wife. It was my wife.
my tabby cat came in. I went, holy shit, it's a lion, and it ate my wife because like you see how it rolls into this. This
I
was
just
a bad
plot
drug
synopsis
trip.
the entire
Yeah,
movie.
this is it. It was a bad drug trip, and then
Nailed
he was
it.
like, "But Jesus is in there, and we're gonna tie the lion to it."
Yeah, so we
and
have-
sacrifice.
We got the two brothers and the two sisters. We have Peter, we have Edmund, we have Lucy, and we have
Susan.
Susan.
Not in that order. It would go Peter, Susan, Edmund, Lucy. That's the.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
Lucy
Nailed
is
it.
the youngest. Yeah, and
And they're playing hide and seek one day in this professor's house. They break all the rules that are set out for them too. Like
By
this
the
lady,
horrible
Immediately,
caretaker
yeah.
this
lady.
lady walks in and she's like, "Listen, there's like 4 rules: no running, no loud noise,
Yeah.
don't touch the artifacts,
Yeah.
don't bother the professor." Within the first
Oh
30
yeah,
seconds,
the
of them
fifth
being
rule
there-
is don't have any fun.
yeah,
Don't be a child.
Within like 10 minutes of them being there, they are running through the house, touching the artifacts, and
Making
making
noise.
noise.
which the professor comes through a couple times, and he's like, "Bro, it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
they're kids. Like this is great." And I liked it
They're here because their parents are probably dead.
from dying in the Blitzkrieg.
Let's
Jeez.
take it easy on them. Okay.
Woo. Maybe we let them run a little.
Maybe we let them. Maybe we let them forget about life for a little bit.
Let's let them run.
Give,
life.
give them the mushrooms and lock them in the wardrobe.
Give them the
You know how I
mushroom.
wrote this story? Time for them to have some fun too.
Yeah, so
But they're playing hide and seek,
yeah, they're playing hide
and
and seek.
Lucy goes to hide in the wardrobe, which is covered with like this giant sheet. She has to like pull it off.
Yeah,
get the
It's
big
not
Clearly-
like
view.
a giant sheet.
What?
It is a
It
giant
is
It's
a
a giant
giant
sheet. Yeah, it's a dust cover. It's you
Sure.
throw it.
Mothballs roll out when she opens the door.
That's
by
what
the way.
that was. Okay, I thought that was like a prelude to like, oh, there's ice in there or something.
There's pearls in there.
Yeah, no. Oh, there's riches galore hidden in this wardrobe. Yeah, no. My wife was like, yeah, those are mothballs. I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, it's to protect the like really nice coats
from moths.
Yeah. So
Keep going.
she goes and she's in the woods at wintertime.
Yeah.
Well, that's the craziest thing is how she goes in there and she's just moving back and
Like she's
keeps
looking.
going.
You can tell she's looking for the back of the
she's trying to
thing.
hide against the back of it. Like, oh, I went through one layer of coats. There's the back of the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Why am I like continually
There's a lot of coats in
going further? And then why is it cold in here?
Why
all
is there
of
a
sudden?
tree in here?
This is awfully bush. Oh, it's a tree.
Oh, my
it's-
goodness.
My feet are. It's snow. Yeah.
How delightful.
So the cool part about that I learned was that the actress that played Lucy, they didn't let her see the set for Narnia until she walked into it for that first time.
It was Georgie Henley.
And then also when she meets Mr. Tumnus right there at that part, she had never seen him in costume.
Or his nipples.
Right. I mean, you may want to show your nipples. But
Just a little.
it's like, hey, just so you're ready for this, here it comes.
Yeah, played by the great James McAvoy, who's
Hell
given
yeah.
us really great roles. I mean, he's now the Professor X and everything. But in watching this one, and then I watched the old BBC ones, they're on YouTube. And in just like comparison, on the YouTube one, it's a slightly older dude who plays the fawn, but he's fully clothed.
Of course.
Because it's wintertime.
Of course.
And you're not just keeping yourself warm with a tiny scarf.
Right, but this is a mythical creature.
Okay. Their body temperature runs hotter
Kinda
than
Do you
most.
looks
see
like a
deers
puma.
put on a coat?
Kind of looks like a
Then why would
puma.
this one put on a what? What is it?
Kind of looks like a puma from
looks like
the
a
red
puma.
versus blue.
Oh, is that what it is?
Anybody
talk
else
about-
have any mythical
Talk about
creatures?
old Squidward there. That's Rooster Teeth, baby.
Oh yeah. No, but like this fawn it's winter. He's obviously cold. The only thing he's putting on is the scarf. This is a choice. Is what I'm saying.
It's a very narrow cold front.
Yes, it's right there, right below chin.
He's like,
above
if I can keep
clavicle.
my neck warm, I'll be good
It's where the heat.
everywhere
It's where the
else.
heat comes from.
Well, like, and I have to share this because at least the Lucy George Henley in this one is actually a very cute kid. Because if you go back and you watch the BBC ones, do you guys know the movies the Trolls movies, the ones that came out with like Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick?
Oh yeah.
Okay, the I forget the name of the people who eat them, but this girl, I kid you not, looks like they used in the old BBC one. Looks like they used
Like
her
one of
face.
the cannibal trolls.
Yes, to model the whatever they're freaking called. They're unhappy to model the Grindel. I don't know what they're. I'll get myself together and I'll find it and I'll post it on the video. I'm sorry, guys. Anywho, go look at the old one from BBC. I'll post it on YouTube and then look at the trolls and be like, dude, they completely took this girl's face because she's not cute at all. It's hard to watch. Anyways.
Yikes.
All right, so
She meets Mr. Tumnus,
Tumnus.
who is James McAvoy, who's Professor Xavier, and then they go back to his house for tea, and he basically
and drugs.
Well, I don't know if it's drugs
100%.
or if it's like a
No, 100% tries to drug her.
Is it,
100%.
no, but is it that or
100%.
is it just like he plays like a magic flute? Like he plays like the ocarina from Zelda and time
Yeah.
slows down.
Either way,
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's drugs.
Well, he tells her
we're
she-
giving you visions in the fire
Yeah.
and
And then she
time
wakes
slowing
up-
down.
she wakes up
He's
and
P.
he's-
Diddy in you right now, brother.
Oh my god! Put a shirt
Woke
on,
up in
damn
the
it.
morning and feeling like P. Diddy.
Oh god, that can't be good.
Does that mean that? Never mind.
Yeah.
I hope not.
No, no, no.
But so then Lucy wakes up and it's like he's like in the corner, like I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, so what happens is he's doing the whole thing, and she's passing out, and the stuff's appearing in the fire, and right as he gets to the end of the song, the fire turns into Aslan, and Aslan roars at him, and he realizes like, oh shit,
I'm a terrible person.
like this was a really bad idea.
yeah.
I'm an
yeah.
awful human being.
But you can't really hold it against Tumnus because the way that the story is being told is they've been under this winter and under the rule of the evil witch for centuries
Yes.
almost. Like
And-
his father fought against her.
and what they do to him after.
Right,
And
exactly.
without Christmas at all. No
They
Christmas.
basically
No
come in
Christmas.
like
Always
the,
winter.
They basically come in like the New York Mafia, and just break this dude's kneecaps.
Sometimes you gotta kneecap him, you know?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes you got to remove a kneecap or two. Get
Anyway,
what you
he
want.
decides against it. They go back.
Yeah.
For her it had been hours, and in the real world it's been all of
No,
5
10
seconds.
No time has
maybe?
passed.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, which I I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, if 10 seconds is like 6 hours, and I was trying to do the math. I was like, how many years, in spoiler alerts, at the end of the movie did they spend in there for only to be like, what, 20 minutes at most? Yeah. Like, how trippy would that be?
I mean, they went from kids to full-grown adults that were like comfortable as hell, running all over the place and being kings and queens of Narnia.
Like talking about their elder years now. Like, oh, we're going to go into our middle age. And then they go through a weird patch of forest and end up behind a door of a wardrobe and their children again.
They basically found the Fountain of Youth.
Yes. Yeah, they basically did. They could just spend lives, eons in that wardrobe and then just come home.
And one of the one of the sleeper characters is the professor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because he has been there before.
And
he can't figure out quite how to get back there again.
Man, he wants to get back there.
Yeah, because when they come in the beginning, Lucy goes in, she comes out.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you're a dumb little kid. Stop making up stories. And she's like, no, I'm being serious. This happened. I've been gone for hours. What the hell?
Yeah.
And they're like, sure, whatever. So then later, she goes back in and lying ass Edmund, who's a total piece of shit.
He's a terrible
He's
person.
He's a terrible kid.
Yes.
Follows her in there, and she immediately runs off to meet Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah.
And he runs into the White Witch, the protagonist, the antagonist of the story. And it's funny because I saw some videos that were saying it's weird that she goes in, and because Narnia is like a fully fleshed out place. It's huge.
Absolutely huge.
And she runs into Mr. Tumnus almost immediately.
Yeah.
And then he goes in and runs into the baddie of the movie out in the middle of nowhere in the woods almost immediately.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, yeah, no shit. Tumnus called them and said, they're like the daughters of Eve, the sons of Adam. In the prophecy, it's two sons of Adam and two daughters of Eve would come, and in the White Witch's reign, and Aslan would come and rule, and we would be free, and summer would return, and everyone would be happy because winter sucks and summer's awesome. And
we say that as Floridians. That's true.
Yeah, I mean it's all the same. It's just one's hot and one's less hot.
Florida winters A-okay.
Yeah, because there's no hurricanes.
It's a good time
during that time. It's fantastic.
And it's not surface of the sun hot.
Yes, because it is very warm here now.
Yes, it's toasty.
But he that's why he called her, and she was out looking for this daughter of Eve that, according to the prophecy that they all believe in, is going to end her and kill her, and these people are going to ruin her.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting, and man, Tilda Swinton just nails the White Witch.
I liked
she's
her.
Killer.
Really liked her, and I liked her art direction. I like how the crown was it was part of her head, and it was and if you looked at her hands were like a different color because they were like frostbitten, I guess, or something. I thought that was it was really well done. But I also had a question of okay, so she was in there, and she was in there for hours. Lucy was in there for hours, and then she went out of the wardrobe, and they went a day, didn't they? They went to the next day. And if she was only in there for 5 seconds, this must have been months or weeks later in Narnia, right?
That's true, but they never really talked about how time works.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
I want to get the laws down.
When you leave the wardrobe, pause time. It pauses time in Narnia.
Everyone
and then when you leave Narnia, it pauses time in the world.
Oh, that's an interesting. Yeah, I like that theory that it just stops. It just stops. All right. Yeah, fine. We'll go with that.
Everything's the same.
Yeah, everything's the same. You're fine.
So reset. Oh shit.
Tea's still hot. Damn it.
Same these.
But imagine how so that's got it, and then Edmund goes in and Tyler said meets the White Queen, who is oh yeah, here's hot chocolate,
my God.
And here's
Turkish delights,
which looks gross.
It's like a jelly donut. Yeah. I looked it up and I was like, this looks weird. And then, it's like a jelly donut. Yeah.
I don't really like jelly donuts.
You're not a jelly donut guy?
More power to you.
It probably tastes pretty good.
Yeah, probably, I mean, it's sugar. Here's more sugar.
Wait, but when the sled passes by him and it stops and that little dude's like, get out, murder the kid. He does nothing. And that little dude, the driver, I'm going to look him up. Hold on. The character's name is, he's right here. Gnarbrick. His name is Gunnar in this movie, but he's played by Kieran Shaw.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Sure.
great. But like immediately he sees this kid on the side
boy.
of the road.
Kill the boy.
Yeah. Just stops the sleigh. It is immediately like knife drawn, gonna go slash his throat. This is gonna be perfect. It's like, dude, you could have kept driving. You just could have kept going. That little kid's not gonna do anything to you. Pretty sure he's cold. He'll be dead in a couple hours by frostbite or something, man.
So she tries to manipulate Edmund into bringing his brothers and sisters. And then they leave, they go back into the real world, and the sister's mad because he denies it, and the professor's like, hey, you should listen to her.
Yeah.
Like, she's your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they come out, and Edmund at first is like, yeah, I went in with her, I saw it, and then they start questioning, and he realizes, okay, I've got to manipulate them into going in with me, and then I've got to get him to the White Queen because he wants to be in charge.
Yeah.
Because his whole life he's lived under Peter, who has been the boss, and ever since his dad left and went to war, he's been like the dad. But he's like, you're not my dad. Like,
Yeah.
You're my father.
I'm smart enough to be in charge of myself.
Yeah.
Basically, he's a bitch.
Yeah.
Total bitch. And so he lies and says he shouldn't have encouraged Lucy because he didn't see anything and he didn't go in there. So he's a real piece of shit again.
He's just terrible, dude. Like,
Yeah, the whole time.
I really didn't even care for his like redemption arc.
Because
like,
it sucks.
Oh, now he's good, and you're like, no, dude, he's still an ass. Like, if you give him like, he's gonna cheat at checkers. Like, he's gonna, like whatever game you're playing, he's looking for some reason to be like, oh no, you didn't win. Like, he's like the kid. I don't know. He's the kid who's like, you didn't tag me. You didn't tag me. Like,
he's a liar.
Yeah,
That's what
like
it
the
is.
kid in paintball who's covered in paint. I didn't get hit. That was my own gun. I shot myself.
I tripped.
in the paint.
Yeah.
This is a jelly donut, actually.
This was Turkish delight.
This Turkish delight all over my tum tum.
So then Lucy's super upset that her brother and sister are not believing her, and she just can't figure out why. So then they run into the professor, and Lucy's weeping, and he pulls Peter and Susan in, and he's hanging out with them, talking with them.
Smoking his pipe.
Yep. This is the 40s. He's good. He
He's
can
all
smoke
right.
his pipe
He's all
back
right.
then.
He smoked that
Now,
pipe.
no. Then
Nah.
yes. But they say,
One of those
like,
medical
she says that, she found a magical world in the wardrobe, and right then that he looks up like, she did what now?
She did what?
There's a magical world in the wardrobe, you say? Okay.
In this house.
Yeah.
This one.
And then they're like, yeah, can you believe it? She's just lying. It's ridiculous. And he says, well, why do you think she's lying?
Yeah.
And they say, well, our brother says that, she was making it up. And I love the response. So he's the more truthful one.
Yeah.
And they're like,
No.
this would be the first time.
You know that guy in Germany right now who's doing a lot of shit? Edmund's kind of taking his side on this.
He's real similar. He hates the Jews as
He
well.
said a lot of anti-Semitic shit around Edmund around the dinner
Took it
table.
there.
So then, basically he makes them believe that there's something in there, and you guys should stop.
You should listen to your sister.
You should listen to the girl who never lies to you, and stop listening to the kid who always lies
Lies to you.
and taking his word as fact.
Yeah.
And don't they start playing?
They play
again?
cricket.
No. What happened? That's right. They're outside playing cricket. Edmund's trying to get them to play hide and seek again so that he can get his ass back in there and get some Turkish
Get
delights.
some more Turkish delight, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
bowler.
Try to hit them wickets, and then he throws the ball right into his ass, right into his
Oh,
cheek.
yeah.
hits him in
Right
the
into his
leg.
thigh.
Yeah,
High
he's
thigh,
like, what
yeah.
the? He's like, oh,
Because he's not paying
pay
attention. Yeah.
Not working.
And then Edmund hits a ball through the window.
Yeah.
And they hear the evil, like Professor McGonagall coming. And so they all dart
And it's
into
weird because I don't think she's really there.
well, they hear something.
It's like the magic of Narnia
Yeah.
and the magic of the wardrobe. Like, because
Call
every
them.
time they run here and run there, the footsteps are in front of them to stop them and turn them to go to the wardrobe.
I think it's like a Jumanji thing.
Yeah,
It's
kind
like the
of.
drums.
Yeah.
It's like
Exactly.
It's like a Jumanji.
That's basically what this is. This is Jumanji, just in the other side.
It's like
of
the
it.
crack
Yeah.
cocaine.
And then they,
It's like the crack cocaine.
so they're all going in there, and they all basically are hiding in the wardrobe, and then they spill into the snow.
Yeah.
And Peter's the only one smart enough to go, wait a minute, it's cold here.
Yeah.
Let's get some of these coats.
Yeah, it's true.
Didn't we just pass a bunch of winter wear? We should
And it's
probably
funny
put that on.
he goes to hand Edmund a coat, and Edmund's like, "This is a girl's coat." And he's like, "I know."
That's why I grabbed it for your bitch ass.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, you know when they started calling like rations out, and they were like, everyone only gets this much sugar, and Edmund was like in the front of the line. How much?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm not doing that. No.
Yep.
I'm gonna go fight with the Germans.
He is the Draco Malfoy
Oh, yeah, dude. Just
of this world.
Just an insufferable
just
prick.
the wet blanket.
He's a total piece of shit.
Yeah. You know what we haven't done in a while is who's the wet noodle? Is anyone, because all these kids are fairly good, I would say.
Edmund's supposed to be a wet noodle, so you kind of have to.
And he doesn't even come across as a wet noodle. He just nails that role of being like a total prick.
You don't like him. Yeah.
It's tough to have a wet noodle in this movie because like half the characters are animated.
It's true.
Okay.
I do love that scene now that you bring that up. When right after that, when they're looking, they take a vote and she says, "We're going to go see Mr. Tumnus." And Edmund tries to turn them over to the evil person right away.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I see where he's coming from, where he doesn't realize that she's the evil one. He doesn't know the prophecy.
Yeah.
She gave him some num-nums with the Turgis
This way for your num-num.
And then, so she wins out. They go to see Tumnus, and they realize that Tumnus has been taken by the secret police, like
by the Gestapo.
super Nazi feel.
By the Gestapo.
Yes,
The
exactly.
wolves, the Gestapo wolves.
The SS has been here. I see the lightning bolts on the walls.
I'm sorry,
They even have like the paw print.
What was Mr. Tumnus's full name? Was it Harowitz at the end?
Stop.
Oh no!
Yikes! Yikes!
Oh, Hitler was an asshole. Anyways, yeah. So his house is destroyed, and obviously he's been ransacked by the secret police. And sorry, you were saying about
his house has been ransacked, or he's been ransacked?
Well, I think his house, and maybe him a little
All
bit.
right,
It's
fair
the
enough.
secret police.
Fair enough.
They're going to do what they want.
They're gonna find your secrets, if you know what I mean.
And then the beavers come. It's a beaver.
That's where I was headed. They walk out onto the ice, and the beaver's there, and the beaver starts walking over to them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, look! It's a fucking beaver, and it's coming right up to us."
Yes.
I'd be crazy freaked out in the wild
my
if
God,
a beaver
it's
just
coming
started
right-
walking up to me.
You would be more freaked out if you watched the original one on YouTube
Jesus.
and you see it's because it's a full-grown man in a beaver costume.
Yep.
And it's the weirdest looking costume walking.
I'll tell you what.
So
I'll
good.
tell you what. If it was a beaver walking toward me, I'd be like, "This is crazy that this is
Yes,
happening."
yeah.
If it was a man in a beaver costume, I would be sprinting in the other direction for as
That
long
would be
as
the
I
guy
could.
from South Park. Oh my God, it's coming right for us.
But
I would have left. Yeah, I would have been like, "Sorry, guys, I'm out." I'm just like, whatever. I'll find my way home.
and you get the moment of like he's holding his hand out, like, "Come on, Mr. Beaver, come
Yes.
on." And then he's
Yeah.
like, "I'm not gonna smell it if that's what you were expecting." And like, "Oh shoot, what the hell?" The beaver just spoke to me.
Yeah, yes, this Cockney ass beaver. Like, what? I'm not gonna smell it. What do you want? How do you do that? You come over here, we'll have a cup of tea. I'm a damn water flowing. Fuck no, not doing that.
He's the beavers from Yorkshire.
It's the beavers from Yorkshire. That's right. You want to play?
But they go back to the beaver's house
so
and they
much.
find out that they're basically like the saviors of this land, and they're like, "No,
Yeah, I'm not that.
nope, we're here to find the fawn and go home."
I'd be like, he's 14. What are you talking about? No saviors of land. What are you talking about?
That's when Edmund sneaks out the back
Yeah.
to go to Mommy's house.
Of the dam.
Yeah.
They're having the whole discussion, and finally Peter puts his foot down. "We're going home. I got to protect you. I told Mom that while we're in this war, I protect." Where's Edmund? Son of a bitch.
Oh, damn it. He went to go find more of the Turkish light, didn't he?
He went to go find more sugar.
So basically, he gets thrown in prison, and that's when we figure out that, like, oh, this lady's kind of a douche.
Like immediately.
Oh, this
Because he doesn't show up with his brothers and sisters,
She's
and
like-
now she
she's
can't
like,
hold
are they
back.
deaf? Are they
Yeah.
stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely stupid. That's right.
brutal.
Yeah. She's questioning
Is he
like
slow? Is your brother
yes,
slow?
that's it. She's questioning like, are they okay?
Yeah.
At all?
So they
'Cause-
throw him in a cell next to Mr. Tumnus, who can't walk
Yeah.
because they
Yes.
broke his
They jacked
legs.
his legs up.
Oh
basically.
my god! This is the mafia. Dude.
Yeah.
This is Gestapo. That's what it is.
And she
And isn't
basi-
it before this when like when he walks in and he sees all the statues.
And he draws a mustache.
Yeah, and he draws the glasses
on the
and the
mountain
mustache
line.
with the charcoal on the mountain line.
That's right. Jeez, dude.
Yeah, and so he gets in there, and she's like, "Oh, he's the one who sold you out." The queen is like, "Hey, yeah, you gonna save this guy?
Hey, this one,
because he sold you out." And he's like, "What?"
Gonna break his legs now.
It's so that part is devastating. The look on McAvoy or
James McAvoy.
yeah, on
McAvoy,
Tumnus's
It's
face,
like-
yeah.
so heartbroken. So like, I protected you, but then it's like,
Yeah.
but you didn't.
Yeah,
You
you're
turned my sister in, and then you got her out of here.
There's that scene from some B movie or something where he's like, "I should have killed you," and the actor like turns and goes, "But you didn't."
I should have killed you when I had the
Are you
chance.
sure that's not from Good Burger?
That might be.
But you didn't.
But
No, that's. I think I broke my ass.
That's right. It is.
man.
You take me to the hospital. I think I broke my ass.
So the Beavers are all like, "Edmund sucks. We should go."
Yeah.
They're not into it. They're like, "No, your brother sucks. He's terrible. We're not
Okay.
safe." And they're like,
Fuck him. We're out.
That's right. Yes.
Let's go. Let's
"We're
go
running."
let's go get the lion.
Yes, let's go. We're
The
gonna get the lion.
We're gonna need help.
We're gonna need the centaurs and the lions.
And then you know what? I'm gonna put on armor too, because my favorite part of this movie is when at the end of the battle and you see the beaver in armor,
Yeah.
and it's just hysterical for me.
Yeah.
I laughed too
awesome.
hard at that.
So they're
Anyway.
getting them, and they go by the Badger's house to let the Badgers know, like, "Hey, we're gonna do this."
Yeah.
And the Badgers are all statues. And the
Yeah.
guy's like, "He's my best mate." And the wife's like, "Not anymore."
Yeah.
Like, come on.
okay, he's
Like,
dead now.
we got it. He's dead. That guy's dead.
now.
You gotta keep going.
The guy's
gotta,
dead as
gotta
doornail
get going.
smells.
I forget how does Aslan come into play, because I
Well-
was watching the kids were running around. I couldn't-
Well, they meet the fox, who they
Right.
think is a traitor, and he's like, "No, I look like them.
He's a double agent.
I'm not them. I
Yeah.
look like them.
Yeah.
Get it."
He's a double agent.
Totally fine. I
And
understand
he's the
your
one who tells him,
perspective,
like,
but-
"Oh yeah, Aslan's gathering the army. You need to go here and find him." So they're making their way there, and they're running across the ice, and
Yes.
they think that the Ice Queen is chasing them.
Yeah.
So they hide under this hole, and the beaver's like, "I'm gonna go check it out."
It's very Lord of the Rings, by the
And
way.
he
It's very
and he like
Ringwraith,
and he
Lord
like
of the Rings.
when he like runs up to the top and then scares the bejesus out of him because he's like, "Hey, come check this out!"
He does. He pops over that hill. He's like, "Holy shit, mate! You need to get out of here. We've been good this year. Yeah, I'm here.
And
Let's
then-
go."
And they meet Santa Claus, who's like, "Hey, here's weapons."
What'd you
Well,
kids
and it's
get
really
from Santa
funny
this
because
year?
he gives them all weapons to fight, but bitch ass Edmund ain't there, so
Yeah.
he don't get
You don't
no
get
presents.
You're on the naughty list.
Yeah, he's like, you didn't die. That's what your present is.
My favorite thing is like he's like, "Here, a sword. Here, a bow. Here, a bottle of cognac.
Yeah,
And a tiny dagger.
and a dagger.
And a
Little
tiny dagger.
How old are you? 6? Oh, way old. Here you go.
Yeah, you're
Here's your
plenty
dagger.
old enough for this sharp knife.
Plenty. If only you had a toddler, I would have given you a crossbow with a shaky trigger. No, I love that C.S. Lewis was like, "You know what? This needs Jesus. It needs Santa, and this is gonna be a hit.
It's gonna be golden,
Gold,
golden.
You'll be it.
literally gold."
Yeah.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah. And then they get to the waterfall scene where we first start to notice that the magic's not working so good for
Yeah,
the
because
queen.
they're crossing the huge river that's completely frozen over.
Yep.
And they run in. That's when they run into Santa Claus, and they have the whole thing. And then when they turn back and they're crossing the river again, it's like, oh wait, look, it's not quite winter anymore.
Yeah.
We better haul ass.
And the wolves are behind him.
Yeah, and the wolves get involved.
The wolves
and-
stop though.
And the beaver the whole time
Little
is
stuff,
like,
yeah.
"The water is running. What are we doing?"
Like,
Because he's a beaver and he
you're a-
doesn't like. That's
dude,
my
you're-
joke. I'm sorry.
You don't understand that we're gonna die in that
Well, I
water.
just
not
love
like
that the
you,
way they
beaver.
like tested it. Like, is it safe? Is the beaver just walked out on the ice and just starts slapping the ice with his tail? Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I-
This is about 40 pounds of pressure right
So
here. And this,
work.
yeah.
So hold your weight.
This all.
Yeah.
This
And
is
then-
drive the limo out on
So
the ice. It'll be
they
fine.
basically kill the wolves with water because Peter digs his sword into the ice.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and he gets them. Yeah, he drowns them.
Yeah, and then they finally get to like Aslan's camp.
Don't they congratulate him a little bit? Like, "Congratulations, your first murder." Those were sentient wolves.
No,
Like,
no.
They had families and could
That's
talk.
a little later.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yes, I'm sorry.
So they get to Aslan's camp, and Aslan's like, "We'll help your brother. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Like shit happens.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Although
I had a brother once. He's a
Aslan lays it out on the line that this is serious,
Yeah.
and the fact that he's family to you and he betrayed you
makes
is
it worse.
even more serious.
It's even worse. Yeah. You don't betray family. Blood.
yeah. Vin Diesel would not. Vin Diesel would be very upset with Edmund. She'll turn you back on.
This movie would have been great if they put a Vin Diesel in this, and like all the fawns and beavers and horses pull up to the great battle, and then like a big old Shelby pulls in like a Mustang.
And at the end of the movie, it would be them. Aslan would be walking off, and Vin Diesel would be opening a Corona. Like, yeah, but he's family.
That's family.
Yep, he's family.
And then he'd be like, "I am Groot." You're like, "What?"
What? Hold on.
Sorry, I got my movies.
He's like, "I'm getting my lines crossed. I gotta go.
universes.
I'm tired."
So the wolves find Lucy and Susan while they're like just at the river for some reason.
Just hanging out.
I went down to
They're
the
like,
river to pray.
"Wade in the water."
Yeah.
I'll just keep going.
So the wolves find him and basically trees him.
yeah, that's it. Puts him right up the tree.
Well, he says to them, "Don't run.
We're very tired."
We're very tired."
Don't run. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stand here and let you kill me. I am out.
Okay.
You bitch.
Yeah. What do I do? Do I just lay
Well,
down? Is
She's an archer in a tree. That's called the high ground.
Oh, that's a good
That's
point.
right. She learned from Obi-Wan.
I swore up and down in my head that Ewan McGregor was in this, and I kept looking for it. And I was like, no, there's nothing weird.
You wrong.
Yep, absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Couldn't have had a better casting for Aslan though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, maybe James Earl Jones. Maybe.
No,
okay.
because you'd just be expecting him to die though.
But it depends on the state of his voice at the time the movie was recorded, because he's getting older and it's not as James Earl Jones.
He would have been okay in 04.
I'm not saying he wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying it depends. Maybe
'cause he did-
whatever.
Yeah, because he did Big Bang Theory after that. He
Dude,
sounds
best cameo of all time.
Let me guess. You like Star Wars?
I like
I
Star
like
Wars,
Star Wars too. I got a Lion King residual check burning a hole in my pocket.
That's right. Well, apparently that was the first time him and Carrie Fisher actually met.
That's funny.
It was
really?
on The Big Bang Theory.
That is funny.
Because they prank for people listening on Big
I know
Bang
it's you,
Theory.
James.
James Earl Jones. They ding dong ditch Carrie Fisher's house, and she comes out and she's like, "Damn it, James, it's not funny." And he's like, "Then why am I laughing?" But apparently that was the first time Carrie Fisher, James Earl Jones, Princess Leia, and Darth Vader first met.
and
Was
their
great on that
father
production.
daughter.
All
That's a
those
real
years.
And
absentee
that's
father.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes shit happens. You're a piece of shit.
He went to go
She's
get
not
that
the
blue
best.
milk, that blue Star Wars milk, and never came back. Is what happened.
Eat my Oreos with water because your dad never came back with the milk.
That's right.
Yeah, but Liam Neeson as that
I
voice.
work. Side story, real quick. We have a girl that works with us that eats Chips Ahoy with ice water.
Oh, sick.
It's not as bad as you think.
Oh, really?
It's not like I would still, of course, take milk first.
Yeah.
But I was shocked at how much I didn't hate it.
Chips Ahoy. Yeah, I feel like aggressively angry towards that idea.
Me
but
too, when I originally-
I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, I was like,
I trust you.
what now?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So it's not great. It's not, but it's
great.
not terrible.
But it does soften the cookie.
Yeah.
It does
soften.
Soften?
Did I put a T in
You
there?
put a hard T in.
A hard
Oh,
tea.
sorry.
You're like, it does soften the cookie. Like, yes, it does soften the cookie.
It does hot.
Anyway, okay, so Aslan comes in. It's played
Yes.
by Liam Neeson.
Sorry.
Great voice
And
choice for
then-
this. It was fantastic.
And then the White Queen basically rolls up on him like, Law says he's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you
right.
get my favorite line of the whole. I mean, the best line.
And she's quoting the book
Yeah.
to him, and he goes,
Yeah, you don't quote the old magic to me. I was there when it was written. I can't deliver it.
written.
I cannot deliver it.
Oh, but
like
going
Liam
back to
Neeson
them
does. celebrating
celebrating Peter's kill is he kills
That's
the
it.
He's facing off with the wolf because the centaur comes in and Aslan pins one of them and is like, "You shut up."
Yeah, hold on. You hold still. We're going to watch my boy over here kill your
Yeah,
dude.
and
Hold
the
on.
centaur goes to go help him, and he says, "No, this is
No.
Peter's fight."
And he holds the sword like such an asshole.
He's two-handed the
this.
handle,
It's
straight out in front,
pointy.
pointing at you,
And and like
and then you
angled a
have
bit.
the dumbest fucking wolf in the world who's like, I'm going to drive my heart right onto that sword.
I'm gonna drive right into it. Boy can't hold me.
Okay.
So the wolf lunges at him to kill him. He runs him through, and then Aslan knights him. Like
Aslan's like, good kill.
Yeah. He's like, hey, clean the blood off that shit and come over here.
That's it. Yeah, he's like, clean the blood off the blade and come over here.
Yeah, clean your blade.
Also, do you like a whiskey?
You've earned it.
Do you know the Greeks? They wrestle.
You have earned this.
You've earned it.
But basically, the only reason he leaves the other wolf alive is he's like, they'll lead you to the other kid. Follow him.
Yeah, he's like, tell him and send a message. let him go. We'll follow him. Follow him. Yeah.
And they basically do it's like a black ops operation. The centaur runs in there, kills 2 guards, guard Edmund, and tie up the midget, and we're out.
Oh, dude, they tying up that dude.
Little person.
Oh, sorry.
The little people.
Tie up the Oompa Loompa, and we're out.
You gotta tie up the little peoples before you get anything done. That's how things are done around here in the Narnias.
Anybody have another drink for me? No? Okay.
All right.
So then, basically, the White Queen comes into camp, and she's like, by law, he's mine.
Yes.
Traders are mine. And he's like, yeah, we'll trade. Like, out.
Me Aslan basically says, me for him.
For the
I'll
boy.
switch places.
For Edmund. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what's on the line. Edmund's life for Edmund's loyalty for Aslan.
Yeah.
And Aslan does the sacrificial. And this gets to the part that you're talking about where he willingly goes up to a rock, lays down on this slab, and he's surrounded by these terrible things.
And they just beat the tar out of this slab.
Beat the shit out of him.
But like, you see the dark side of the animation coming out in this movie because there's like a vampire bat that's there.
There's a lot of weird things.
The bad stuff looks cool. It's like in Lord of the Rings when the Uruk-hai and like all the bad guys look awesome.
Dude, I would
they
say,
look evil. They look terrible.
And I would say these monsters are scarier looking than anything in the Lord of the Rings. Like, and this one
There's
was
not
for
a whole
kids.
lot to the Lord of the Rings.
Balrogs are scary looking.
Yeah. That's true.
So are
What
the
are the
wraiths.
ring wraiths?
The ring
fly
wraiths,
on?
yeah.
Oh, the Nazgul.
Nazgul, yeah, Nazguls are pretty terrifying.
You get like 5 good Lord of the Rings characters, and they solo that whole
You get like
army.
5
Yeah.
Lord of the
Got it.
Rings.
But there's a couple characters in this seance like ritual killing that I'm like, dude, like I don't know
the
if
little
I
vultures that look like they're from Robin Hood.
Oh yeah,
Robin Hood,
I was like Robin Hood, or I was like Dark Crystal. Like, this is
Oodle lolly,
So they shave
day.
him. She has him shaved, and that little guy is really excited to get a piece of it.
He's super excited for the
Not to
shaving.
be weird,
No, be weird.
but I hope if someday a group of people kill me,
They shave you first.
they shave me first.
I
I want
want
to be.
I want to go.
I
out.
want to be hairless.
I want to go out as I
Not
came
to be
in.
weird.
Hairless.
Not to be weird, Abe. Before you kill me, can I get a haircut?
I'd be like, excuse me. Have you ever seen Austin Powers? You know when he talks about how his scrotum is shorn? It's nothing quite like it.
Quite invigorating, really.
I'd like you to do that before you killed me.
So they shave him, and she kills him.
Yeah,
But she didn't read the magic good enough because the mice
wait.
come and eat the binds off.
she's had a long time.
Incredibly sad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
With Susan and Lucy just mourning the death of Aslan. And it's like, oh my, for sure, dude. Like, I'd be brokenhearted. I'd be like, well, we can't
she's like,
go on.
But she's like, we got to go because the army's coming.
Yeah,
Like,
and then that's when Lucy brings up, like, because she says, we got
The
no time.
trees.
We got to go tell them. They deserve to know that the most badass one is gone.
He's dead.
And she brings up the fact that the trees know and the trees can tell it.
and basically, there's a fairy that flies back and is like, no, he's dead.
No. Well, like to your point though,
bad news.
these little actresses were amazing in this. They sold it, and it's funny. Also,
There's only one super creepy part to me.
Okay.
It's when they first meet Aslan and Peter is distraught that he let Edmund get away and go and betray them and everything. And Susan reaches out and puts her hand on his shoulder. And I didn't notice it the first time, but when I watched it like the 3rd or 4th time, I'm like, that looks a little weird.
That looks strange.
Yeah.
Is it a little too like
Maybe just like turn your head and talk to him.
Is it a little too like, hey, I know we're supposed to be related in this movie,
It's
but
like it's a little too Luke and Leia.
I kind of like you.
Like, hey, I want to make out just a little bit. Maybe not like a ton, but like a little.
Tatooine's kind of the backwoods Mississippi.
Speaking of that blue milk,
There's 2 sons and no women. What am I supposed to do?
where the fuck is Aunt Beru?
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, Lucy, this little character, she's really does. They do a great job selling it. They're crying. It's emotional. It's a good scene.
Yeah.
But in comparison to the one I watched on BBC that's on YouTube, you watch this little girl crying and you're supposed to feel bad for her. You're kind of like, stop it.
The one on
Stop it.
BBC?
Yes.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Stop
So
crying.
they finally get up and they're like, we have to go. And they turn around and the table's broken and his body's gone. And they're like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden,
Table breaks, body's gone.
yeah, body's gone. And then like the MGM logos of old, it's just rah.
It's crazy how they used a real lion for that. That
that's
MGM
a
logo.
bad
yeah.
idea.
Well, yeah,
Well,
they're
it
just like
works.
scratching it. They're like, have you seen those videos, the behind the scene, where they're trying to get that MGM logo to?
They're trying to get him pissed off, so
poke
he can
him with a
roar.
stick.
They start scratching it. Is what it's not like. They're just like rubbing his hind legs real hard to get it like to get that good.
Give him that good.
Yeah. But Aslan comes back and he's like, if only she knew. If
Yeah.
only she had read. This book's been around for 1,000 years.
If she could read.
He basically says like she interpreted the old magic wrong.
Yeah.
Like she was wrong in what she read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the greatest thing that you can do is sacrifice yourself in the place of somebody who did wrong and like take their and it's like yeah, Jesus. Like this is Jesus like this like God is like I got you, bro. Like, yeah, for sure, dude.
For sure.
Like anybody else could tell me I got you, and if God says I got you, then well, you got me, bro. I'm good.
And then instead of going to the battle, they go to the castle.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, because Aslan says we're gonna need help. We're
Yeah.
gonna need more people, and he knows that now that the queen thinks he's dead, she's gone to battle. She's taken everybody with her, and there's all those people that she froze in like
all He's
Medusa.
gotta
Yes,
do, and
yeah.
all he's got to do is come over and just.
Yeah, he's got to be like, you have tuberculosis.
But this part of the movie is the big battle scene where they're all lined up and they're gonna.
All right, here we go. Okay, here we
And
go.
when we saw
My
this movie in the
favorite scene.
theaters,
Trey has led us into it. Now I need to break this down for you.
wait, I'll let you tell that part of it.
Wait.
The first time I saw this movie in the theaters was because we all went to the same youth group growing up.
yes, yeah.
Okay, and Tyler was sitting next to this guy named Miguel.
Oh, Ty, I forgot you were there.
I was
sitting
there next to
I
him.
just forgot that. Yes.
Yeah, it was my story.
I think I was on the other side of Miguel.
100%.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tyler. This
But-
is when we saw it in the
So
movie.
in the movie, the battle is getting ready to take place, and it's crazy cool. Like the way all the animals and everything that they used, like it was awesome. I really
There's griffins.
The beaver
As-
and chainmail still gets me every time.
Yeah.
But everything else is great.
and they're pretty like even keel with each side having big and small and fast and
yeah. Formidable.
animals.
Yes.
And the two armies start to charge each other, and Miguel is sleeping next to me. Sleeping. He's out. Cold.
Yeah. He gave up.
He's a
He gave
Cuban
up at the beaver.
American, just so we know, so it's out there. But the two armies start to charge in on each other, and the closer they get, the music is swelling and swelling, and then it starts to fade out. And just for a second before the two armies clash together, and it's
Yes.
the leopards or the cheetahs
yeah.
and the tigers, like the
Okay.
Bengal tigers,
Yeah.
they slam into each other. It goes dead silent for that instant.
Yes.
And then they slam into each other.
Yeah.
And in that moment of dead silence, Miguel wakes up and goes, "Bro, is it over?"
Bro, is it over?
Are
I'm
you kidding me right now?
I'm still friends with this dude. I see him routinely, like almost every
This is my
week.
favorite
He
story.
doesn't remember
Of course
that.
not. Of course not.
Doesn't remember that at all. He's
And
like,
then
I was like, I told him about it. He's like,
There's
what movie?
pigs.
yeah. And then the movie is loud again.
Yeah.
And it's flashing animals and this, and a pig goes by, and he goes, "Bro, like the Cubans, bro." Just because there's a pig and you guys eat pigs at Christmas, that makes them like the
Oh.
Cubans, bro.
Oh, you got to get the guy at China, bro.
I'm confused. I'm confused. To have your time. Have your time. And there's like 30 of us.
Yes.
Because it was like after youth group, we all like, hey, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to? Well, we're a bunch of church kids and most of us are underage. Let's not go get drinks. Let's go to watch Chronicles of Narnia. Perfect. Sounds good to me.
There's a 9:30 at AMC. Let's go.
And then it turned into, bro, is it over? And like the Cubans, bro.
Bro, there's no, like, that makes this movie for me. Every time I put it on, I'm always thinking, Miguel.
The only other story that's anywhere even near as good, I wasn't even there for. And it was my best friends at the time were going to see a movie, and I had something I had to be at, so I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And they were like trying to decide what they were going to do, and they went to go see The Scorpion King with The Rock, which is one of the worst movies of all time. It's like seeing awful. Krull.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't need to see
And you don't need to see Krull. So they went and saw it, and Aaron falls asleep in like the first 5 minutes, and because that's what Aaron did all the time. And they basically told him, you're never allowed to pick a movie ever again because that was the worst movie I've ever seen.
That's the movie he chose, and he fell asleep through
and
it.
In his defense, his dad told them it was a good movie and that they should go see it. So he learned a lesson like, don't listen to dad. Can't go see that.
I'm guilty of one, and I've told this story before where I was like, hey, there was a girl I kind of liked at youth group, and I was like, hey, let's all go out, we'll hang out. We went and saw Norbit together.
Oh.
4 of us.
Yep, nope.
That movie was absolutely terrible, to the point where I forgot that I was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to like convince this girl. Maybe she wants to go on a date with me. Never. I was like, just, it's done.
I know
what?
what?
I'm sorry.
That was a mistake.
That ruined it.
The movie like that for me was Borat 2. It's the only movie I've ever walked out of.
Oh really? You watched out of Borat too?
Yeah.
Man, dude.
Was it Borat 2? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Or was it
he did a different movie after Borat that I was like, oh, this is gonna be really funny because it's
Like the Ali G movie that he did or whatever.
Yeah. Where it's just
wasn't
him
Ali G.
being like a gay, like it was just like him.
Bruno.
Bruno, that one.
Yes.
I went to go see it and I was like,
yeah, we did walk out of that.
I was like, this movie sucks. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Some of that like shock humor after a while, like it just kind of wears.
I watched
the
out
Borat,
of
the
Last
Borat one was
Jackass
funny
movie.
because
Really?
like
Yeah.
because the Borat one was
take
funny
it.
because it was like him being like in some instances it was him being subtle, like getting people with the accent, like, oh yeah, my sister does that at home. She has chickens. Like,
well, those are the funny parts of
that's-
Borat.
yeah.
Like at the end of Borat, he's running around like in that gross little like.
It's like banana hammock.
Yeah, the fat ass dude and like all that stuff and like naked and running. And it's like, that's not the parts you remember. The parts you remember is when he's like, my sister is #2 prostitute all of Kazakhstan. Like, that's the funny parts. But it's the stuff that he pushes the envelope to get away with as
Man, dude, and you think about when that came out, and that's almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now. Like when he was doing that stuff.
And now as like old men.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't find the same stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about in coming weeks, like some of the movies that we did where like, man, I loved these movies and still like them, but don't have that same
It's a choice.
love for them like
not
I
the
did.
same love. So Aslan has his biggest badass moment where like the queen and him face off like one on one.
Well, she's now stabbed Edmund in the stomach
Oh, that's right.
after he
And
broke
Edmund,
her
that's how he
staff.
reveals. That's how he like.
Redeems himself.
There you go. I was
She's
gonna say relives, reveals,
She's gonna stab Peter.
Yeah.
And he jumps down and breaks the staff that turns
Edmund
things into
does.
stone. Yeah. And then Peter fights her and loses.
Yeah.
Gets
lose.
just she's like an end boss in a video game.
Bro,
Like,
she's stacked with like
she has like
skills.
one hit kill moves. It's like this is stupid. Like,
Yeah.
like it came in.
Everybody that's attacking there before, like Edmund, and she's like, "Oh, just kidding,
Dude,
you're dead."
Her one amazing badass moment was her coming up over the hill and she's being pulled by 2 polar bears who
in the
don't.
middle of summer.
Yeah, in the middle of summer, I was like, they're like, fuck, I don't want to be out here. Oh god, dude. But then she's wearing Aslan's mane
yeah.
as her like crown and stuff. And I was like, that's pretty badass. That's really cool.
Super badass until Aslan shows up
Yeah,
She's real
and
confident.
has a bigger mane than he did when he died.
She's real confident until he comes around that hill and she's like,
oh shit.
Like, so that prophecy that I kept quoting out of, like, to take him, You mean it's going to come true now and I'm going to die right
read
now?
the rest of that.
Forgot. There's a footnote.
This is why you don't use Spark Notes, guys.
You shouldn't. Yeah,
you gotta read the whole
Gotta
chapter.
go through the whole thing. You're absolutely right.
You're going to learn today.
So actually, I found a picture of the girl who played Lucy, and it's not. I don't want to be mean, but it wasn't a great style for her. So I'm going to share that with the camera.
Oh, that's not the same as what it is.
So this is the girl who played Lucy in the BBC one.
She looks
from
like
YouTube.
Augustus Gloop's sister.
Yeah, and that's definitely. I'm just looking at it over and over again. And I'm like, dude, they used that to play Bridget, who was the Bergen in Trolls. They used her to look like the Bergen from. I am convinced of
Nailed it.
Yes, and Sophie, if you're out there and you're ever listening to this random ass podcast and you hear me, it's not that I don't like you. I love you. I think you were great in these, but this was not a great style.
They didn't do you
And
any favors.
Yes, you should be upset at Hair and Wardrobe for considering that this was your look for those short movies on BBC back in the 80s, late 80s. So you can't be too upset.
So then, once the queen dies, everybody goes into like,
Dude, and let's not skip over how brutally
oh yeah,
Aslan,
he eats her face.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, he's like, oh, guess what? And just goes to town eating this woman's face and neck.
And then
I feel like he snapped her neck.
he stands up, and then everybody just becomes like light.
They're all basically everybody's still fighting and moving really quickly, but him and Peter have this moment of like,
It's over.
it's all over.
And then he says, "It is
time
done."
slows.
Yeah.
He does. He says it. It is done, which is a quote from Revelation, and also from Jesus being dead. Anyways.
Yeah.
And then they go to the castle, and he gives them all Peter becomes a magician.
Yeah.
Because it's Lucy the
In the sky with diamonds.
No, it's Lucy the Lucy the wise, Edmund the just.
Yeah, it's Edmund the liar.
Sophie the brave, and then Peter the magnificent.
The magnificent.
And he's like, and then pigeons.
Yes.
He throws the smoke, and it's Batman.
Pigeons.
Well,
and
then after that,
Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. He just like, oh man, that was awesome. All right, see ya. And then Lucy goes over and she's looking out over the balcony, and Aslan's like
Walking the beach.
hundreds
like,
of yards away down the beach. And
Mout.
luckily for her, Tumnus shows up and explains that, he just kind of moves on. And, and that's kind of how it feels sometimes.
He's like
if you believe and you're Christian and everything, it's like, God shows up heavy and then he just kind of moves on.
It's like, all right, now you go.
Yeah, like,
There
you
go.
got this.
All right.
Follow me. Do your thing, bro. And you're like,
Keep moving.
oh, I'm really bad at this.
Can you just hang out?
Yeah.
If people get turned to stone, you can breathe on
And we
them.
didn't talk about the one funny scene too, where when they're like, they finally get Edmund back and they're preparing for battle and they're training and they're doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, go faster to the horse. And the horse is like, my name is Philip.
That's right. I'm Philip.
He's like, I'm sorry.
Peters is a unicorn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
Peter's is a unicorn.
he's a fucking magician.
He's the magnificent.
Yeah.
Pigeons.
Exactly.
Just
He's
anywhere he goes.
Spadoosh. Oh, there's a horn. What?
Just
Get
pigeons.
this shit off my fucking head. I'm a
How long,
horse.
how long have those pigeons been in your coat
Don't
like
worry
that?
about
What
it.
you
Are they
talking about?
dead?
Don't
And they all
worry
just
about
are
it.
laying on the ground
It's
dead.
just
No, he keeps them in
thousands
the
of pigeons.
wardrobe.
So they
Keeps
don't
them in the
age.
wardrobe paused.
They're in between.
It's suspended animation.
They're in a coat.
They're in purgatory.
That's right.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
can't die.
This
We
is-
can't live. We just have to live to his damn magician.
Go get my
Oh
other
God.
coat.
Go get the other one.
Yeah, then they're racing each other. They're chasing a deer.
Yeah, on a hunt.
and
Who
Philip-
probably can talk and
And
is
Philip
sentient.
gets tired
Yeah.
and is like, give me a minute.
Hold on a second.
And then they find the lamp, and then they Lucy's like, I remember, and goes through, and they all bust out of the wardrobe, and the professor's holding the cricket ball, and he's like, welcome back.
Oh yes. And they're like, why are you holding that?
And he's like, and he's like, where have you been? And he's like, oh, what are you all doing in the wardrobe? And he's like, you wouldn't believe it if we told you. And then he pulls his glasses down, and he's like, try me.
Yeah.
And that's how the movie ends.
Do
It's
you
a good
know
movie.
Telling
Professor
you.
Dumbledore? Because try me.
Well, the movie doesn't necessarily end there.
Doesn't it?
It ends there, but then doesn't it come back where he talks to Lucy? And Lucy is
Oh.
looking into the.
Did I say that?
Yeah,
She's looking into
it's
the
after the
wardrobe.
credits. She's trying to get back.
I didn't see
she's-
that.
And she closes it, and he says, "You won't be able to get back that way."
Oh my gosh.
She says,
okay.
do you think we'll ever go back? And he says, I believe so.
Yeah, you got to find a different piece of furniture.
Yeah, but it won't be when you're looking for it. It'll be like the first time when you just kind of stumbled and
like the Lion, the Witch, and the bookcase.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be the Lion, the Witch, and the spare.
Well, it can't be
room
the
in
witch. It can't be the witch because she did.
The
It'll
lion,
be the lion,
the
the
sorcerer.
spare
The beaver.
I did like that in the beginning of the movie that we didn't talk about.
Yes.
Where Tumnus is like, so where are you from? She's like, I'm from the wardrobe in the spare room. And he's like, you're from the town of wardrobe. Spare room. I thought that was really
More
cute.
nipple tea.
Really funny. Yeah.
I mean tea.
Oh.
Sorry.
More drugs. I mean, tea.
Where's Snyder? Oh, get him out of here. Bill Cosby, you go. You can't be here. This is not for you.
Okay, who's at the Starbucks? Bill Cosby.
People are sick.
You people are monsters.
That's what it is.
People are monsters.
But like, you can't imagine being like, what you wander in the forest and a half naked fawn walks up to you, and he's like, dude, it's like 18 degrees out here. Like, bro, you're cutting ice with us. Get this out of my face. Knock it off. That just bothered me because the old one, it's like he's wearing a suit and it's kind of like a little like kind of tie situation. I was like, that looks so much more regal.
I hate to say
And,
this,
like,
but you're real hung up on this guy's nipples.
I am, dude, because I didn't want to see James McAvoy's nipples. And there they are.
I didn't really notice it.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's like the only thing I could notice.
Fair enough.
Every scene he's in, I'm like, this is
I was living in the magic of Narnia, I guess.
no, the magic of
He was
Narnia is
living in the magic of
Yeah, he was
nipple,
like, the magic's worn off. Now all I can see is this dude's titties.
This is it. And honestly, it would have been better.
It's a
The
different
magic
type
would have
of, that's a different
remained.
type of magic.
Yeah.
That is a different
The
idea.
magic would have stayed around for me if he was wearing like a wife beater. It was just like, he's like, oh, he's the
I would have
hillbilly.
been taken out of
He's
that.
like the hillbilly trash of this part of the forest.
It's funny what ruins things for one ruins things for another.
For another. Yeah.
Rules for thee, but not for me.
Oh my god, yeah. So, all right. I think that does it on this episode. So,
Loved it.
Yeah.
Watch
Thank
it.
you.
Check it
Yes.
out. Definitely. If you want to watch the trilogy, go ahead. I think I've seen all three of them, but I don't remember the other two
Oh,
like
gosh,
I do.
what are the other two? It's Prince Caspian. It's Lion Witch
The
Wardrobe,
Dawn
Prince
Treader.
Caspian. The Dawn Treader. And that's the one that they're on like a ship, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the second one. And then Prince Caspian's the third one. And I don't even think that the three kids are involved. I
Yeah.
think it's after their time
Yeah.
in Narnia.
I think Edmund's in the Prince Caspian one.
But they start
just
phasing out. Yeah, they start phasing out. We're going to find new Depression era kids.
Peter had to go to real war.
Yeah, he died.
He couldn't hit the draft. That's what happened. Yeah, that little skirmish in Korea.
He's in
Part
jail
of
for
that
draft dodging.
Oh
That's
my
right.
god, where were you for 30 years?
I was in a fucking wardrobe.
pigeons.
I've been to war. I've seen war.
I killed the White Witch, you bitches.
My lieutenant
Aslan
was-
did that. Get in the fucking
my
truck.
Get in the
lieutenant.
Get in the truck.
My lieutenant was a beaver.
Lieutenant Beaver.
He was the fiercest beaver.
my lion sack of shit brother was my general.
Yes, that's right, Lieutenant Beaver. You know what? You don't have to. You don't get to go to war. You stay right here, buddy. Thank you.
Don't worry. Maybe next time we'll get you some presents from Santa.
Yes.
You stop being such a bitch.
My youngest sister had a bottle of cognac that healed people.
That's right.
That's
Saved
right.
my life
That's
when I
it.
got stabbed by the White Witch.
Saved my life, cognac. So, anyways, yeah.
Thanks again for joining us. Thank you for listening to Nostalgialand. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you find podcasting. Check us out on YouTube's. Like, subscribe, smash that notification bell.
Yes.
Leave us comments. We'll have last week's episode up soon. Matt got a new computer and he does all of our editing and all of our everything because Trey and I are lazy and all we do is come in here and talk about movies. But check us out. Participate. We want to build a community and have you guys part of it. Check us out on Shopify and on Etsy. And you can get sweet ass cups like this and fill them with Sunny D.
Yes.
Just remember
Yes.
to drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly.
We really appreciate all you guys listening. We appreciate your feedback, your comments especially. But we thank you, and we hope you're enjoying as much as we are. Matt, if you want to give the Shopify and the Etsy information.
Our Shopify is nostalgialand.com, and our Etsy is Nostalgialand Shop. It's on Etsy. You can look for our blue logo with the NL in there. But again, thank you for listening. As always, I'm Matt.
Trey.
And I'm Tyler. Cowbunga.